Women's foil semi-final here at the European Championships in Dusseldorf. And leading us out is the world #1, Alice Volpi. She is the reigning world champion. And this is a mouth-watering semi-final as we've got coming up, because she is up against world-ranked #2, Ina Dereglazova, the reigning European champion. Took gold in Novi Sad, and the reigning Olympic champion. So there is Alice Volpi, world champion, 27 years old. And Ina Dereglazova, Olympic champion, reigning European champion. And there is Izora Tibu, world rank #5. Silver medalist from Wuxi, up against Elisa Di Francisca, who is the gold medalist from London 2012. And our first referee for the first semi-final will be Peter Klepkowski, with Willem Mada on a video. So Karen, this is how they progressed through. We lost some big names because of the way that the draw went.
Yeah, big carve up in the top half of the draw. Dereglazova coming through, Anastasia Ivanova, her teammate and her best mate. And Volpi had a tough one early on, but she battled her way through and had a comfortable victory over Mohamed of Hungary before a tight one against Dlugosz of Poland. Head-to-head in this one is massive.
So this is it. First of the semi-finals. Alice Volpi, world rank #1, against Ina Dereglazova, world ranked #2, reigning Olympic champion, up against reigning world champion. And this is foil. If you're new to fencing, it's just the silver lame around the torso that is a target. It's a point weapon, and it is a weapon of convention, so the referee will have to establish who has the right of way, which fence started their attack first. And if you're being attacked, your choices are either avoid the attack through distance, parry the attack, then it becomes your right of way, or third choice, you can nip in, counter-attack, but then you can't afford to be hit. In foil, there is the coloured lights. Great. As I say that, Dereglazova registers her first coloured light with a long attack and a long lunge through. There are white lights, which are off-target lights as well, and sometimes you might see the attacking fencer hitting off-target, the defending fencer who doesn't have the right of way hitting on target, but they'll be reset where they were on the piece because the white lights count. So Karen, you've watched these two fencers for many, many years now. How would you describe their styles?
Well, Alice Volpi is very patient on her feet going forwards and likes to employ that back foot first advance. She likes to find the blade on the attack, but keep hers out of the way as she approaches. Another one from Dereglazova there. Volpi doesn't mind close distance on the defence because she's happy to rely on a really strong defence, those parries you were talking about, and likes to look for attack into preparation if it presents itself. Well, if you want classic, look at Ina Dereglazova. You know, that's you could draw her and everyone would know that was a fencer. Very upright, classic style, solid and patient as she starts at the start. She scopes out her opponent generally. I mean, she knows Volpi inside out here, so the match has got underway pretty quickly. In distance, she looks for reactions off the blade. often opening the distance to launch a 1 or 2 step lunge attack as coach Mavlyatov looks on. If she gets near the warning line, she starts to open up her stance, looking for the blade to pick up her opponent's attack and steal the right of way. She has a beautiful surprise step lunge attack, which she varies with a cheeky second intention short step lunge. She's a beautiful fencer, Deregletsova. The key thing here is that these two have met 13 times. This is the 14th time they've met in big tournaments, and it's an 11-2 head-to-head for Inna Deregletsova. 4 of those 11 victories over Volpi have come this season in gold medal matches.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the record for this season, Deregletsova has won 6 of the 8 World Cups and Grand Prix.
She certainly has. She took the title in Katowice in Poland in January, followed that up the same month with victory at the St. Maur World Cup, took the Cairo World Cup in March, followed by the Anaheim Grand Prix, and then won in Talbot, Bischofsheim and Shanghai to finish the season off. 4 back-to-back World Cup and Grand Prix wins to finish the regular season coming in to these European Championships.
And you've got the feeling that Deregletsova has the measure of Volpi.
Yeah, she has done so far this season, but the Italians have a habit of nicking things when they're really important.
Well, winning them.
Nice attack into prep there.
Deregletsova had closed the distance but hadn't launched the attack. She was just waiting, and Volpi seized the right of way.
I just got a quick glimpse of Giovanna Trellini there, coaching Volpi. Trellini's got 4 Olympic gold medals, 10 World Championship medals. Not a bad person to have in your box. Actually won the European Championships a couple of times, 99 and 2000, Trellini.
Looks to me like Deregletsova's just maybe just edged back, not backside, but just being a little bit more cautious and trying to build her attacks.
Yeah, well, she's been caught in preparation, so that would explain why she's just keeping the distance a little bit longer. And this time it gets the right moment for the attack, but she missed. It's her right of way. She trades in her weapon. She's going to go get another one out of the bag, and I think this one is as much about having a little bit of a reset.
Volpi with a 4-point cushion, but this is early days.
So there, Deregletsova's attack, but she missed the target. Nice attack from the Russian.
Yeah, if you're new to fencing, that's a very good example of right of way. It doesn't matter who hits first. Volpi coming in on the counter, it wasn't her right of way. Deregletsova can, because she started the attack first, she can take her time to finish the attack. It's still her point.
Just up the intensity. It's another attack from her.
Yeah,
and
a replay of the previous point.
Volpi's calling for a video here. She's thinking, watch this, the hand on the right-hand side. She's looking for it to go backwards. But
Does it go back there?
There, that's when it goes back, and she's then launching the attack. But I think that Deroglatsova is going to get this one. I don't think there was enough to convince me that Volpi had stolen the right of way.
But if you're moving your body forwards with your footwork, but you move your hand closer to your body, is your hand actually moving backwards or forwards?
Well, it's a what time you establish when the attack starts. And for me, the attack started from when her arm was right back. She then pulls it forwards as she's going in to finish. Referee's going to tell us what he thinks, though.
Yeah, and Deroglazova's attack stands. 7-5, the score. That 4-point cushion is starting to get a little bit squished.
That's really brave and great execution on the stop hit there from Volpi.
So stop hit being an attack out of time. Nothing given there, no separation there. Simultaneous attacks, a stop hit. How difficult is it to pull off a stop hit?
You've got to. It's a really counterintuitive action because you extending your arm and in fact your upper body forwards as your legs take you away from your opponent. You're trying to steal the hit as you're disappearing away out of distance from your opponent's attack. It's a classy hit. Looks good. Parry riposte for me is good, and Deroglatsova's calling for a video herself because what she's saying is she thinks that the first action off the parry here on the left, there's the parry, that first one she's saying is no, there are two actions, but actually it's a compound riposte. I think she's gone parry and then feint to body, hit to shoulder, and the referee thinks the same.
Yeah, referee agrees with you there, Karen. 9-5 the score, and that 4-point cushion restored. Now Dereglazova just looks like she's frozen in time.
Time is up.
She's saying, right, okay, let's go to the break. And we go to the break, and Karen, what was your prediction?
Well, to be honest with you, coming into this, I knew that Volpi was going to be dangerous despite that terrible head-to-head record she has with Deroglatsova. But as I hinted at, the Italians know how to win when it really matters, and having Giovanni Trellini in her box there is very good. It's down at the other end where there'll be a bit of head-scratching. Here is Ina Deroglatsova with Mavlyatov, the Russian program coach for the women's foil team. What she's got to do is she's got to set her attack up just a tiny little bit better. You spotted that she'd opened the distance a little bit because she was worried about getting attacked onto preparation. And what seemed to be working for Deroglatsova in that fight on the attack was when she was jumping in and out of distance and trying to muck around with Volpi's distance and then launch a step lunge attack. So I think she's got to try and set that one up. But I think Volpi may well come out and be a little bit more on the front foot in this second half to negate what I think she would expect from Deroglatsova.
And you see Volpi going through to take this?
I'm not going to put my neck on the line at this point. You'd rather be in Volpi's shoes right now, that's for sure. And you see already signs of Deroglatsova setting things up, but this is playing into Deroglatsova's hands. If Volpi goes after her, Deroglatsova's really good at picking up an early parry and then just holding her distance and landing the riposte at the oncoming attack. So you go. Set the attack up a bit better, and it's successful.
Momentum is the key. It's a key phrase, isn't it? If you can get a run going.
Working off the blade as well.
Yeah.
Deroglatsova. Sometimes that's about knocking your opponent out and messing your opponent up. But in this case, what she's trying to do is she's just trying to make sure that the referee can clearly see it's her attack. If you take that beat, there's no doubt that it's your attack.
Also makes it harder for your opponent to then deliver the parry riposte.
Does knock the blade out of the way a little bit, yeah. White light came up very early there from Volpi because her body wire came out of her weapon as she extended her arm.
Oh, difficult one to call.
Giving
it to Dereglitsova. That's a huge point. Now, Volpi's already used one of her video reviews. If she's not successful here, she'll lose the chance to appeal. How do you see this one?
Well, I got to go with Mavlyutov. Having seen the replay, I think that was Dereglitsova's attack. A good call from the referee. It was a tight one, but on the replay, it does look like the Russian just stole the advantage. Referee having a look at this with Willem Mada, the Czech video referee in this fight. And the reaction from Giovanni Trellini down in the Italian box is not a happy one.
I don't know who she's actually shouting at.
Andrea Cipressa. Cipressa was shouting that Dereglitsova gets the hit.
No, he gave that to Volpi.
So now Volpi does decide to come out on the attack. Arm right back, and the reason for that is to stop any potential parries because she knows that Dereglitsova is so good at picking up the blade early on in an attack. Keeps the distance close. Now, for me, the first one is no from the Russian. She stops, and Volpi picks up the right of way. I think the referee's called that one absolutely perfectly. Dereglitsova calls for a video, and will she be out of videos as well? The first one, you saw the first one's no. And that's then Volpi's turn to have a go. Volpi picked it up and it hit off target. They are having a good old look at this one as well. Get a bit of a view of what the referees are looking at there. They can watch it in full speed as they are there, or they can slow it right down. Referee's coming back. And it is off target. No hit given.
Yeah, off target was Volpi. So they reset where they were on the piece. They don't have to go back to the on-guard line.
Blade met, early doors.
Yep, so Dereglitsova establishing the right of way.
And that's the one. That's the danger hit for Volpi, because if she steps in and commits to her attack, then if Volpi steps in and commits to her attack and Dereglitsova's picked up the blade, she's a sitting duck because she's just taking a target closer and closer for Dereglitsova just to land her riposte.
I can see Dereglitsova coming back into this.
Yeah, Volpi's got to just slightly change her game. That's better. Oh!
No, he's giving it to Dereglitsova.
Oh, I agree with Volpi. She's called for a video, so perhaps you're right that the original decision, the decision earlier on where Volpi called for a video review was given as off target. No hit was given to Volpi, but no hit was given to Dereglitsova. That's why she's got this appeal, and I think this appeal will go to Volpi.
No,
I'm not
no.
convinced by that
So
one.
now Volpe is out of appeals.
Yeah, and so is Dergletsova.
Yeah. So that last, not this last appeal, the appeal before, it was upheld, and they reset where they were on the piece. That's what gave me the clue. And Dergletova's leveled the scores, 10 apiece. She has the momentum.
Yeah, more convinced by that one. I'm still not so sure about the one before. I want to watch that one again a couple
Dergletsova
of times.
has one appeal left. Volpe has none. And the referees can go themselves to the video. Sometimes they do anyway, kind of out of courtesy, if they're not 100% sure. Depends how loud you scream.
Yeah, before video, the referees in those circumstances would just abstain and not give a hit. The advent of video replay of fencing has been perhaps the biggest single factor that's really benefited the fencers and the referees.
Oh, now, how can you separate that?
Attack is the same one as before. For me, the attack is no from Dergletsova. Volpe picks up the right of way, and she
has no appeals.
She has no videos, so she can't appeal. But I think that's the same. The replay convinces me that
he's
that's
saying
the
no
same.
video. He's saying no video.
And Willem Madder, the video referee, has called him over to have a look at the video. They're looking at the sheet here. She's definitely had her 2 videos. I think Willem Madder said, listen, mate, I think you better have a quick look at that one. I think Willem Madder thinks it's Volpe's.
Yeah.
Trelawney. Look, that's the response you get from a multiple world and Olympic champion. She's never going to do that if she doesn't think that it's Volpe's hit. She's not going to scream like that when she knows it's not Volpe's hit. I'm convinced this is Volpe's, and I think the one before that Dergletsova got was Volpe's as well.
Ooh. Ooh. Some of the Russians shouting, no video. But the video referee can call the referee over.
Well, they have to work together.
It's a nod and a wink. Come and have a look.
It's a team job, but the final decision is down to the floor
Right, here
referee.
we go. Watch this one. Here he comes. So this is big, this call. Giving it to Dergletsova. He's giving it to Dergletsova. You can wag your finger all you like, Mr. Bashir. But Dergletsova establishes a 1-point lead.
Now they're looking for covering of the back arm coming across the target. Volpe's got to get back into the right mindset here. She can't let those 2 decisions, which arguably could have been given to her, get to her head. That's a lovely hit from the Italian.
Oh, his game on now.
That was set up beautifully. She set up Dergletsova to find the parry early on, and then it was an immediate change beat back. Lovely hit from Volpe. There's a bit of needle in this one now.
Oh, yes.
Look how close they are. Mavlyatov showing signs of a little bit of stress. He's usually very calm.
This should really be the gold medal match, shouldn't it? Dergletsova given that point.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Dergletsova didn't pause that time. Just a small step, and then here comes the attack. Clear. There was a reaction from Volpe. Nice. That's lovely. That is good. That is good from Dergletsova. And Trelawney is going absolutely
bonkers
out of her mind, but I can't see why. Blade picked up. and it's just a compound attack. It's deep, but she's found the blade, so she's got the right of way. Trelawney can't complain about that one. She can complain about the 2 previous ones, I'll give her that, but not that one. Now the Russians are shouting no video because Trelawney's desperate to get one. But I don't even think that's worth calling for a video there. I think the blade was picked up nice and neatly from Derevyatsova. Granted, Derevyatsova brings her arm back after the beat, but she's pressing and Volpi's just counter-attacking. She just goes, she's walking away. They need to move on.
Yeah, Volpi needs to clear her head now and concentrate on the next 2 points. That one was clear. Derevyatsova just 1 away, and she's had the beating of Alice Volpi all season long. We've met in 4 finals this season, and Derevyatsova has won all 4. Alice Volpi started well, but Derevyatsova has worked her way back into this and worked her way into now a commanding lead as they go into the break. Derevyatsova needs just 1 point to seal a place in the gold medal match. What can Alice Volpi do, Karim?
Oh, well, first thing, she needs to clear her mind because there was a mighty distraction there. 2 calls that didn't go her way, and then a third that Giovanni Trelawney there really got up in arms about. That
Do you think that was almost too much of a reaction from Trelawney? Because that's just going to, that sense of injustice is going to then play in Volpi's brain more.
But now she's talking to us, so now she'll be saying, get that out of your mind, get back on focusing on what you're doing here. You see, well, there she is down there. She's saying, look, she's talking technique. After I think that Derevyatsova might come out on the attack now. I think she'll get her confidence back that Volpi is perhaps
a little rattled. Wow, what a semi-final. And that's what happens at the European Championships, because there is no seeding. They all have to fence the pools. And you have potentially the 2 very best foil fencers in the world up against each other in the semis. A free called halt before Volpi could land that attack. They reset. Derevyatsova just needs the 1 to put her place through in the gold medal match.
Oh, that was close. Stop hit pulled out, and she hit her on the top of the arm. That's why she's just going to go and test the jacket of the Russian, getting the single light and getting away and not getting hit. But unfortunately for her, it was off target. Counter.
That is it, and that is done and dusted. Ina Derevyatsova has got the measure of Alice Volpi this season. Worked her way intelligently back into that match, Karim.
Yeah, she was really smart, and she worked out when her attack wasn't working in the first period that she needed to attack from perhaps a little bit further away. But I think she got the benefit of a couple of decisions that I think, well, one could argue they should have been Volpi's. Volpi lost her videos as well as a result of those decisions, and when she needed them, well, Trelawney called for one that I think was a clear Derevyatsova attack, but she hadn't got any videos left to use.
So Ina Derevyatsova will go through to the gold medal match, and she will meet either Izora Tibu or Elisa Di Francisca. But confirmation of a thrilling first semi-final. Ina Derigitsova takes it 15-11.
You should have seen the look that Giovanna Trellini gave the referee.
Ooh.
She was seriously unhappy about that, and I saw one of the top Italian delegates coming down, having a little word with her, and I think they will probably, there's nothing that's going to happen with the result, but I think they probably will lodge a formal complaint. Doesn't make any difference to the result here, but I've got to say, Graham, the referees do a hard job. They work very hard at these tournaments, but I've got to agree, 2 of those hits I think went the wrong way.
Fecht-Europameisterschaft Düsseldorf 2019, European Fencing Championship 2019, Halbfinale Damenflorett, Semifinal Women's Volley.
So let's invite out the 2 fencers in the second semi-final here at the European Championships in Düsseldorf. Leading the way is the French fencer, the 27-year-old Isora Thibault, world ranked number 5. World Championship silver medalist from Wuxi in 2018. And her opponent is Elisa Di Francesca, 36 years old, and really is a legend in this sport. She has won this title 4 times in the past. She won gold in Sheffield in 2011, gold in Zagreb in 2013, gold in Strasbourg in 2014, and gold in Montreux in 2015. She's the Olympic gold medalist from London in both the individual and the team, and took the silver medal in Rio in 2016. And she's back with a vengeance, Karen.
Yeah, she certainly is. I said it all, the record speaks for itself. She knows how to win major tournaments, especially this one. But she's up against Isora Thibault, who is a battler of her own. She's really on good form at the moment. This should be a very interesting clash. It's the return of Di Francesca and the rise of Isora Thibault.
So they're underway. Elisa Di Francesca on the right of your screen. Isora Thibault of France on the left. And contrasting styles, would you say, Karen? Di Francesca, very tall, very elegant. Thibault, more of an individual style, shall we say?
Yeah, it's built on something fairly classical, to be honest with you, but she mixes up these hops, these Korean hops, as I like to call them, with more technical footwork. And as she moves forward, she's looking for opportunities by moving from the 6 line, the position they come on guard, into the low line with her blade, and she's trying to lure her opponent into doing something, and then she reacts off that. Prefers to build her attack, so uses lots of the piece up and down. That could play on the older Di Francesca. Di Francesca has one of the most beautiful feet in the game, exponent of the back foot first advance, which added to her height makes her very deadly on her attack. She also likes to dominate the piste. I'm not sure she's going to get all her own way here, but that's good because she's pretty patient as well, and she's exceptionally good in close quarters for a tall fencer.
And sits very low in that on-guard position, doesn't she?
Yeah, really deep. She's got a really deep on-guard position, and that hides the length of her lunge. I mean, you know, we've seen her, and her opponents have seen her many, many times. It's a surprise to me that they get so surprised about how far Di Francesca can lunge.
So she took a break from the sport after the Olympic Games in Rio. How many years was she out?
A couple of years, as the head mask clip goes flying. Andrea Cipresta in the box this time for this Italian.
She had a child.
She had a baby, and then I think it was a question mark of whether she was going to come back.
Yeah, it was no given, was it?
No, but she couldn't resist the lure of another Olympic medal. She's got to get there first. She's got to make, the Italians are going to make it in the team qualification for sure, but she's got to make the Italian team. This result is doing her no harm whatsoever, though.
Well, she's a superstar in Italy as well.
Oh, yeah, legend.
Hasn't let that go to her head. I mean, star dancing with
the
stars.
But she won it with 56% of the public vote.
She's incredibly elegant. I mean, she's tall, almost. I think she's 5'11". I think in centimeters that's 178. Tall, slim, elegant, athletic. And on the scoreboard now. So we talked a lot about Elisa Di Francisca. Thibaut. Well, she's on her way up, isn't she? I mean, she's been competing for a few years. She's 27 years old. First took a medal in this championships back in Zagreb in 2013. That was an individual medal took an individual bronze. Has won multiple team medals with the very strong French women's foil team.
Yeah, she's got 2 World Cup wins in her career, 6 bronze medals, 8 World Cup medals in total. She's got a World Championship silver and bronze medal. In fact, she was a silver medalist at the last edition of the Worlds, wasn't she, in Wuxi? 3 Grand Prix bronze medals.
And was actually born in Guadeloupe. Isora Thibaut now lives in Paris.
Well, actually, I think she lives in the United States of America. She's from Paris. She resided in Paris, but she's going out with another famous foilist, Race in Bowden. They were in New York, but I believe they may well have moved over to California because she's coached by Sergei Golubitsky.
Yeah, so she moved from Guadeloupe to Paris. She studied in the Sorbonne. She actually switched from classical dancing. So both of them have a dance history, or they have skills on the dance floor.
It's not unknown for fencers to actually do a bit of cross-training with ballet, believe it or not, because the movement on the feet is so important in the sport.
No, if you follow on social media, particularly the French, they're often on ballet training camps. Cross-training in an open sport like fencing is really, really important. Open is that you say a closed sport is something like rowing, where you're just doing the same movement repetitively. In fencing, you really don't know what you have to do, and so it's a very, very open movement sport. So anything that you can do cross-training wise, whether it's gymnastics, whether it's martial arts, whether it's ballet, is going to help with your fencing.
Di Francisca's got to watch that back arm. And the referee's got an eye on that now. Can't bring your back arm across the target area because it's called covering, because you're blocking out part of the valid target. Blade picked up. Now, who is going to get that? She is thinking about calling for a video there. The referee had indicated that he was calling it together, saying both athletes went for the blade at the same time. And Andrea Cipressa told Di Francisca, don't call for a video there, it's just not worth it.
Just a waste.
He's not going to be able to tell on the video anyway when both fences are beating.
You don't want to waste your video at 4-3.
She's really good at that. Luring her opponent in to start the attack and then just picking her off in preparation. Look at that. And then just skipping out of the way. It looks a bit like a stop hit. It's not. It's an attack into preparation. But she's looking to clear things up afterwards to make sure there's no doubt with another light. Counter riposte from Tibu off target there. Missed her riposte, did a cart and then circular cease coupe parry Di Francesca, but she missed the landing on the parry, on the riposte, and the continuation came through. Really not much in this at all as they go into the break.
Yeah, so 5-4 at the break. Oh, I mean, it'd be difficult to say who will be the happier of the two.
Yeah,
Advice for Tibu? What do you think?
I think what Di Francesca's done here is she's contained Tibu. She stopped her from moving around. Now, if Tibu, if I was the coach sitting down there, I say this is not. Doesn't mean she has to go after her, but just keep the distance closed up so that you give no room to Tibu to move up and down. That's, you know, effectively, if they both do the same thing, then this is Di Francesca's victory for me. If Di Francesca ends up getting into the movement game with Tibu, I think Tibu has a big chance.
And of these two, who would you fancy against Derevyagletsova? Who's more likely to beat the Queen of Foil right now?
I don't think there's really going to be a difference. Whoever goes through this match has got an almighty task ahead of them.
That low on guard position from the Italian. Tibu levels the score, 5 apiece.
She's going to call for a video, I think. She's saying there's 2 meetings of the blade. Or no, what she was asking was, did you see 2 meetings of the blade? The referee said no, so she went, okay, I'm not going to use my video then, because you're not going to see my parry riposte.
Yeah.
No, I think that was a fair call for the referee. Nice parry riposte.
Well, compared to the needle of the first semi-final, this one seems quite a sedate affair so far.
Yeah, they're just fencing at the moment. They're trying to stick to their game plan.
Yeah, there's no histrionics. And interestingly, after semi-final 1, do you see how the coaches have been moved back?
Yeah.
They've moved them about 10 meters further back. We still have coach camera on them. So if we do get any gesticulations, we will we'll see that. It's so tight, isn't it?
Yeah, and the thing here is that when Thibaut does get things moving, she's landing the hit more often than not. When Di Francesca presses like this and closes the distance down and keeps it close like that, it kind of slows her slows Thibaut down a bit, but she's now found the inside distance as well, Thibaut. So when it's close, she's landing as well. Starting to look promising for her. Oh, giving us a parry riposte that time.
Yeah.
No complaint from Thibaut. I didn't spot that, to be honest with you.
So 8 apiece.
See, keeping it tight like this has been good for Di Francesca, but now all of a sudden
Thibaut's found that distance.
she's worked out how to hit that at that distance, and I think it's because she's changing from the cease line to the cart line. Watch where the hit finishes to the body, and that's what's getting her the hits in close, well, not close quarters, but closer distance. Parry riposte from Di Francesca is no. The continuation of the attack is good. She's missed a couple of times, Elisa Di Francesca. I mean, she's had the right of way. Look, there's the parry, very clear, but can't land a riposte.
Unforced error, really. And when you've got such a close match, can't afford many of those. It's much better from the Italian Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, she's changed things up. She's pressing now a little bit more. You see that back foot advance being employed. Now covering here, I would be, if I was Thibaut, I'd be asking for a referee to look for covering of the back arm from Di Francesca. Oh, nearly.
Oh, off target.
Di Francesca winding up for a big attack then, and Thibaut knew it, so closed it down with an attack of her own. Well, blade is picked up by Di Francesca, but she missed the first one, didn't land it, and Thibaut says, all right, well, it's my turn. I'm going to take the hit. Still too tight to call, though. You see the difference in the footwork from Di Francesca when she does the front foot advance compared to that back foot advance. This time she steps in and it's parried and the riposte is good. And what's happening here, if you can't see it, is that as Di Francesca steps forward with her back foot first, her body doesn't move. Then when she moves her front foot, you're surprised at how close she is. Thibaut started to work it out, and what she did then was quite clever, in fact. She attacked into the preparation, so as the front foot came, the back foot came forward from Di Francesca, that Thibaut launched her attack, but Di Francesca was ready and went parry riposte. Really nice. Started to get into the tactical element of the match where.
So Di Francesca, she mixes it up with her footwork. So sometimes she'll do front foot, sometimes she'll do back foot. So she's back. That's front foot.
And now she's sort of hopping, but it is still a back foot movement. It's still that the back foot is coming forwards, and you don't see the closing of distance until the very last minute. Parry riposte again misses.
Yeah.
She's got the right of way at least on 3 occasions here, the Italian, and then she's missed hitting the target.
Yeah, it should be 13-12, shouldn't it, to Di Francesca.
Counter close there. Got to be careful with the head on that hit, but successfully executed. All square again.
Yeah.
This is really, really tactical.
Well, they've just concentrated on getting the job done on the piste.
Where's the final beat? I don't think the referee knows. I certainly don't. Referee goes to have a look at the video. If anything, I think Di Francesca got the beat here.
Let's have a look.
There's one.
Beats.
Wow, there's a quick one from Thibaut as well. The Septime beat from Thibaut.
Beat.
That's a really big call. I'm not sure that's going to be easy to see on video. Parapost, Di Francesca. My original thought was right.
That is a big point.
Yeah, massive. Well, the
Big point. So tight the margins there.
Yeah, this next one is even bigger.
Yeah, this is the match really. If Di Francesca can go to 14-12, you would fancy that she'd see it out.
Oh!
But Thibaut off target. Thibaut can level the score.
I'm not calling it if Thibaut could level the score.
You've got to say this is probably the most important point in the match.
So far.
So far.
It's not fireworks, that's for sure, but it's really gripping, this one. Picked up the plate.
Done it.
This time, I'm not going to say that's an unforced error from Di Francesca. She had the right of way. She certainly picked it up. But look at the acceleration from Thibaut. It was that pure acceleration that meant the target had gone past Di Francesca's blade when she went to launch the riposte. Don't do the same again. You saw Thibaut. Di Francesca's too smart for that. French coach looking pretty tense himself. Ooh. With all her experience, I think even Di Francesca must be a little bit nervy at the moment.
Well, 15 seconds left on the clock in this period.
Well, Thibaut attacking from too far away. Another counter and close from Di Francesca. Brave. That's relying on Thibaut missing. You've got to say, Di Francesca's the one at the moment doing the hard work. She's the one that's pressing the fight. She's the one that's trying to set up traps for Thibaut. And she goes after it in the end.
Oh, referee calls halt. That is the break. Calls halt for time.
She wanted to get it done
yeah, she
quickly.
really did want to get it done. And they both looked at, why have you stopped it? Well, time's run out. It's going to have a minute. And that minute is going to play, I think, more into the hands of Thibaut. She needs that break. What will her coach be saying?
French coach looking for her to change lines. So I think she's saying to her, you need to look keep pushing, keep her under pressure, make her make a mistake, and then respond off it. But the parry riposte from Di Francesca has failed her on 3 occasions here. When she's got the parry, she's not been able to land the riposte, so she needs to be very, very careful in defence. And I don't think that's something that you can fix. You can't go, right, okay, can you just land your riposte, please? Because it's just not working for her right now in this fight.
So what does she do? Does she attack?
Just stop her opponent from attacking by closing down the distance early on and counter-attacking. She's done that a couple of times.
There we go. That's it.
Or just pick up the blade early and land a hit like that.
Well, the Olympic champion from London 2012 is through to the final and will meet the Olympic champion from Rio 2016. So we've got a clash of the titans, and that was a really enthralling second semi-final, and Di Francesca is definitely Uh,